morning, everyone. Welcome to the weekend. It is 8 o'clock on your Saturday morning. I'm Matthew Foltz alongside Rob Bellis, who is in for Lindsay Monroe this weekend. So glad you're starting your weekend with us here on 13.
I like when we have the music.
Yeah.
It wakes you up.
That's right. Colin does a good job in the back, man. He makes it sing here on the weekend.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Hey, I made some adjustments to the forecast because earlier we were, thinking that these clouds were going to stay with us, but there's a lot of sunshine out there this morning. And I think some locations may see a bit of sunshine. I don't think you're going to clear out completely. The clouds probably going to stay with us much of the day, but not completely clouded over. And I knew we'd get some breaks in the clouds. It may help to warm our temperatures up a little bit. 25 is where we currently sit. If you're heading out this morning, there may be a couple of snow flurries here and there. I know the radar looks active, but a lot of this is not. This is just ground clutter. This is not actually meteorological. This is meteorological. And what I mean by that is these are a few snow flurries. This is not. There may be some areas that see a little snowflake or two. I did just adjust the forecast and maybe add some peaks of sunshine, especially in the early part of the day. There are some mid-level and high-level clouds out there. Temperatures into the mid-30s. That might be a bit of a stretch. Low 30s for some of you, mid 30s farther to the south. I think it's going to be a cold day. We've also got these north or northwest winds. That's not only keeping it colder, but it's also bringing some of those clouds and maybe even a snow flurry off of the lake. Mostly clear skies for tonight. Temperatures down into the teens. And then looking ahead to tomorrow, after we start out with a cold bit of the forecast, this is likely going to be our coldest morning tomorrow morning. We're looking at mostly clear skies for Sunday with a high temperature into the mid 30s. And that warming trend will continue all the way through Christmas, even into New Year's. I'll be back with a look at what you can expect heading into the last week of this year. Coming up.
Justice has been served for the girls.
Today is not closure. It is just turning the page and starting a new chapter.
This morning, the Delphi murders case enters the next phase, an all but certain appeal. The judge handing down the maximum sentence for Richard Allen, the man found guilty of murdering Abby Williams and Libby German. He will get 65 years behind bars for each girl. The teens disappeared on February 13th of 2017, nearly 8 years ago. It's a crime that changed not only their families, but their small, close-knit hometown. Judge Francis Gull calling it, quote, a generational impact. Our Emily Longnecker now takes a closer look at how the toll is taken on loved ones, investigators, and the community ready to turn the page in Carroll County.
Richard Allen may never live a life outside of prison again. He received the maximum sentence possible, 130 years, which means he'd have to be 150 years old before he even had the possibility of getting out. Judge Francis Gull said she had no problem giving Allen that maximum sentence because of what she called the heinous nature of the murders. Gull told Allen, "You rank right up there with the most hideous crimes she's seen in the 27 years she's presided over murder trials." And she said, "These families will deal with your carnage forever." Allen was in handcuffs and ankle chains, wearing an orange jail jumpsuit at today's hearing, and seemed to show no emotion. The judge sentenced Allen to 65 years in prison for killing Abby Williams and another 65 for killing Libby German, to be served consecutively, one after the other. 6 of Abby and Libby's relatives, including their grandparents, gave emotional victim impact statements. Abby's grandmother, Diane Erskine, told the court, quote, "I will never be the same person I was before Abigail's murder." Some family members lashed out at Allen in their statements. Libby's cousin Josh Lank said Allen put the victims' families through a living hell for the past 8 years. And looking right at Allen, he said, quote, "Now it's time for your life to be a living hell." And Libby's grandmother, Becky Patty, said, quote, "I live every day with the burden of having allowed Abby and Libby to go to the trails that day, and I take responsibility for that. What about you, Richard Allen? Will you ever take responsibility for your actions that day?" She told Allen she hopes he lives the rest of his life in prison with the same sense of fear he instilled in his victims. Prosecutor Nick McClellan told the judge, quote, "Richard Allen is a danger to the community, and he's the worst kind of danger, the kind who can kill 2 girls and then go on with his life." A state police investigator told the judge Allen treated his victims like animals, stalking and humiliating them before he brutally killed them. Judge Gull also lifted the gag order, allowing those involved to talk about the case. Outside the courthouse, Libby German's uncle broke his silence, sharing his reaction to the 130-year sentence.
There still ain't justice. Nothing is going to bring the girls back. So, I mean, this is a little closure. I mean, a step forward, we'll be able to sleep a little bit easier tonight.
One of Allen's defense attorneys, Jennifer Auger, also spoke briefly outside.
What they went through is unimaginable. We're looking forward to the next steps in our appeal. Other than that, we have nothing to say.
At a press conference, Mike Patty, Libby's grandfather, thanked the jury.
Hope they get a chance to see this, that they took time out of their lives and remained open-minded and objective and was able to look at the information and deliver a verdict. For that, I will always be grateful.
Allen has 30 days to start an appeal. We know he is planning to do that, even though families of the victims asked him in court today to not do that, they say, so the girls can rest in peace. In Delphi, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
And we are breaking down all of the developments from Friday's sentencing on our Delphi debriefing at 10 o'clock this morning. You can catch it on the WTHR Plus app. It's free on Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV. This morning, we are learning a person has died after a crash on the city's west side just north of the airport. Metro Police tell us it happened just before 11 last night near Washington and High School Road. We're still working to learn what exactly led up to the crash. Any new information that we'll pass along both on air and online at WTHR.com. The city of Indianapolis can now purchase the downtown heliport. The Indianapolis Airport Authority Board of Directors officially approved the sale on Friday. This has been years in the making as the FAA finally approved the site's closure last month. The decision also comes as the mayor continues to look at the property for a future soccer stadium. Now the heliport needs to be decommissioned before a sale is finalized. It's 8:06 on your Saturday morning. Right now, airports across the country are preparing for millions of travelers for this holiday season. That includes TSA workers and staff over at the Indianapolis International Airport. Our Chase Howell is live there this morning with a look at how they're preparing. So Chase, how's it looking right now?
Honestly, it was really easy getting into the airport this morning. A lot of the flights, as you can see, are on time. Besides this one heading out to Denver, that one's going to be delayed. That's at 1:36. Then we have another couple ones over here as well. One going to Orlando this afternoon around 12:51. That's delayed. And over here at the Southwest ticket counter, you can see there's a little bit of a line, but it hasn't been too packed. Now, these are some of the 119 million travelers traveling for the holidays this holiday season. 7.85 million are going to be traveling by air, but most of the people will be traveling by car. That's 107 million. Now listen, if you're heading out, AAA says that don't leave today anywhere between 4 and 8. The best time to leave today is before 2. Now that's if you're traveling by car. Then Sunday, the worst time to travel is between 3 and 8. The best time to leave then is before noon. And get this, Matthew, this is 3 million more people traveling this year than last year. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, that is certainly a lot of people. I feel like it goes up every single year. So hopefully it's all smooth sailing. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, it really does. I'm curious, are you a person that gets to the airport 3 hours earlier? You seem like it.
I try my best to, an hour at best. But if I'm checking luggage in, hopefully an hour and a half. So.
Better than me. I'm a 30-minute type of guy. All right, Matthew, I'll send it back to you.
All right. Thanks, Chase, for reporting live for us at the airport.